Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new video and a new playlist. Welcome to the beginner's guide, the easiest way to get started in the Balisong community. Yes, the video title says butterfly knives and butterfly knife tricks. So when I first started learning and getting involved in the hobby, I didn't know what the hell it was. All I'd ever heard was butterfly knives. And that's exactly what I typed in, was butterfly knife tricks, how to. And pretty quickly, I learned that they are also called Balisongs, but I had no idea of that from the start, and would have never known if I wouldn't have gotten involved in the hobby. But yeah, so for those who are beginners and who are new to all of it, hopefully this video helps. I'm going to throw in all the tips and tricks that I have learned in like the last year and a half that I've been very consistently involved in this hobby. It is my favorite hobby. I do a lot of ADHD stuff with my hands and fingers, pen spinning, playing guitar. I like to skate, juggling, nunchucks. Like, there's like a lot of stuff that I like doing, and yeah, balisong flipping is definitely my favorite. I can take it with me everywhere, generally, depending on which one, and I will go through that as well, that there are different options and alternatives. But yeah, this is just kind of balisong butterfly knife 101. So for starters, I guess let's just talk about the blade and the knife itself. So there are different parts to a knife, to a balisong, a butterfly knife. And we're going to start with the blade. So we've got the blade. We've got the spine, which is the side that is not sharp. And then we have the edge, which is sharp, or is supposed to be sharp, or has a bottle opener or something rough side to kind of indicate that, you would bite yourself on that. We have the safe handle, which is along the spine side, and we have a bite handle, which is the handle that is on the same side as the edge. And so if you're holding this and it comes close, it will bite you. And it will happen if you're with a live blade. A little tip and trick that I learned, because my first was actually this bad boy right here. This is one sharp motherfucker. That's the Falcon 1. Also know that I generally do not care if people are buying from clone makers or real deal, whatever, manufacturers, whatever. I got started in this hobby with a $10 balisong off of Amazon. And I just had this printed, whatever, it's like pressed steel or something weird, some stainless steel, whatever. And this is what I learned, like, the basic open on. So you can start with something like this, and it's got a latch, which is a piece of the balisong that I do not generally like. So some of you will be interacting with latches, and that's how you'll know what the bite handle is. But for me, I do a indicator on the bite handle. That way I know which one is which. And yeah, one of the tips that I want to give you is that this is the first one I ever got, and it is very extremely razor sharp just out of the box. I'm actually very fond of this one, but I did do a lot of damage to my bed and to myself with this before I learned that you can actually put electrical tape over the edge and over the tip, and you can practice with live blades as if they're trainers. So if all you have access to is a live blade, then you can absolutely learn with it, and you can practice and you can get comfortable, and you can get to the point where you can take the tape off. And yeah, so that's like tip number 1 is electrical tape to practice with live blades until you're comfortable and you're good enough that you're not going to get cut. Even then, mistakes happen. It's part of the hobby if you're playing with live blades. But you will get better and you won't cut yourself as much. But that is tip number 1. I would say tip number 2 that is very helpful is knowing that tricks always include carrying its own weight. So you want it to have a fluid, continuous motion and let it kind of carry itself, and you kind of just guide it. Okay, and that's something that took me a very long time to actually understand, is you're not really trying to force stuff. You're just kind of letting its own weight and gravity just do it for you. So yeah, those are 2 tips so far. I'm sorry, I'm kind of ADHD, so if you'll forgive me, I will probably go back and forth between talking about different So to continue, you either have a latch or an indicator. I personally really like having indicators. I think it's a nice addition, and there's different colors that you can have, and I love having indicators. People will say that, oh, that's beginner, oh, that's whatever, get good enough that you don't need, and for me, it's not that at all. I love the way that it looks. It gives it some extra character. I love customization. Basically, it's like a tattoo on a balisong. It's like a nice little highlight, something that wasn't there that you made completely yours. So yeah, I personally my flipping style is very much the new school way. Old school is like with a latch or whatever. And size definitely matters. I hate to break it to you. If we're being honest, the first live butterfly knife that I ever got was the Boker, I don't remember what it's called, but it's something mini. And I thought I could actually learn on this one, but it is very tiny, and you really can't do anything with this. It's like you can kind of do some stuff, but it's not very great. So I would say that full size and of good material is what you want to start with. For sure, absolutely. Back on track, we've got pivots inside. The ones that I really enjoy are on bushings, and there's a difference between bushings and washers. Washers are like the little Boker. It's just on those washers in here, and so when you tighten down on the screws, the hardware, it tightens down completely on the blade, and you can't even lift the blade, the handle, and close it. It will just carry the whole blade. It's like a fixed blade now. So I do not like washers. I do not recommend latches. So the old school way, I would say, is a no-go. If you roll that way, then that's what's up, but not me. So this is actually clamping down on a bushing that is inside a part of the blade, and then there's washers in between. And so you can tighten down as hard as you want if it's a good tune. And you put some oil in there, which I'll get around to as well. And it spins, opens, closes freely because you are on a bushing and not directly on the blade itself. These are called Zen pins, I'm pretty sure. There are some blades that have some type of a pin here. I can't remember what that one's called. But I don't prefer that. I had one that had that, and I would pinch myself on that all the time. So safe handle usually is what you want to start with and learn with. Eventually you will learn tricks and whatnot that are off of the bite handle. But definitely as a beginner, you want to do most of your stuff off of the safe handle, and you're not going to cut yourself. I have a list of videos that I'm coming out with of trick tutorials And if you actually follow along with the videos, you will learn not only the individual trick, but you will learn a combo at the very end that puts all of those tricks together. And they're all basic beginner tricks, at least in my opinion. I had a hard time actually like learning tricks and then learning combos because most people only teach just the trick and that's it. And somehow you're supposed to learn combos. So I'm actually teaching you tricks that will eventually lead into a combo, and that'll teach you how to keep the motion and the weight traveling, which is something that took me a while to learn. And that's one of the tips that I brought up in this is, you know, learning that you're actually kind of directing it and letting it carry itself. If you're one who wants a trainer, there are plenty of options for trainers. And there are plenty of styles and looks and whatever. These are just a few. Here's another one because had to throw it in. But trainers are a lot of fun. They work out really well. I have brought, I would say these two. I have brought these around to house parties, birthday parties, hangouts, whatever, out in public. Obviously the blue one is my beater. It is very, very beat up. I take this on walks and over concrete and asphalt and whatever, and this thing is fantastic. So there's different prices for everything, obviously. If you want something name brand, it'll cost a little bit more. This one, believe it or not, is just off of Amazon. I bought it for myself and I bought it for my best friend that I tried getting to learn this hobby with me. He got very frustrated and I guess it just wasn't for him, and that's fine. But I think that it can help a lot of people. But yeah, this is just off of Amazon. So if you're, I don't know how Amazon works, honestly, outside of the US. If you're in the US, you order this, you can get this in a couple of days. And I think I spent, I would say just about 40 on this. And it is marked as a bottle opener. There's no sharp edges, whatever. But it is on bushings. It's aluminum. It's got like a steel blade. And this thing, dude, if I would have started with this, I would have been so happy. I started out with the horrific Amazon $10 pressed steel, like one of those ones that you would find at, like, I don't know, that most people would find in a mall or something. And it's just, the balance is awful. The way it feels in your hand is just horrific. Something is better than nothing. You know, some people I've even seen make out of what are those, tongue depressors, popsicle sticks, you know, like that's crazy. Some people have made like Legos and stuff. Like it's pretty cool what you can do, but something is better than nothing. But if you are willing, like I highly recommend getting something at least like this that is good quality, that is on bushings, and that is cheap, and see if you actually like the hobby. But something that's actually like worth it. If you have something that's just wonky, like you're not going to enjoy it. It's not going to flow right. It's not going to feel right. So this one I highly recommend, off of Amazon for like $40 if it's still the same price. And yeah, I think it's very like mostly like public friendly. I have taken it around people and been like, it's just a bottle opener, you know, like there's no sharp edges. It's just a bottle opener. It's a fidget toy. And, you know, even like hand it to them kind of like that if they want to see it, you know. That way they know that there's no sharp edges. You're confident. It's just a toy. It's just an adult fidget spinner. So with that being said, I'm going to go into some tips and tricks on oil. So yeah, let's get into that. I'm going to teach you guys how to oil, but not only how to oil, but what I recommend And so, yeah, first and foremost, I genuinely 100% love the Carbon Honey thick lubricant. And that has been what I have enjoyed for everything. I love it. But it is pricey. And so I did some research on my own, and I found different tips and tricks for myself, and I'm sharing them with you today. You can spend, what would I think like 15, maybe like 17 for shipping on Carbon Honey, and you can have, 15 milliliters, and it'll last a while. I've gone through several of these. Okay, this isn't my first rodeo. Or you can get Super Lube, and it's got to be part number 51004, and that's very important because it's got to be this multi-use synthetic oil, ISO 100, and it is thick, and it is, well, okay, this bottle was like $8, and it is 4 ounces. So an ounce is 30 milliliters. And so split that in half, and that would be one of the honey oils. So basically you get like what, 8, I think? I'm not good at math, but I think you get 8 of those honeys in this single bottle. So I highly recommend this. Like if you want to get the real deal honey, or you prefer thinner, then you can do thinner stuff. But for me personally, I like thick, and this is a game changer, dude. So with that being said, you can get little bottles from, what is it called? I don't know, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, some like that, whatever, like a craft store, Amazon. And you just get these like little craft needle tip, I don't know, little bottles. But basically, I'm using that Super Lube, and I've got that in here. So how you oil a balisong is you want to get like a ball and drop it right in the pivot, and kind of do the same, just a ball and drop it in the pivot. Other side. So you're good with that. So usually what I do is I just kind of shake it back and forth. I just sit it over my index finger like it's like a cowboy or something. And yeah, just kind of give it a little, what is that that bull thing? I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking like country cowboy shit. But yeah, I just do that back and forth. Then I just kind of do like basic opens, wrist pass, whatever. I'm just trying to work it in. So it doesn't have to be anything specific, but I'm just getting the oil to work into the pivots, and then we're good. That is how you oil a balisong. It does change the way that the balisong sounds. It will sound different depending on if you use thin oil, thick oil. It's something you have to experience for yourself. You can't really show it in a video, but I do enjoy what I use. So yeah, that's oiling. A lot of times, actually, another tip too is I'll use REM oil, which is like a gun cleaner or something, I don't remember, oil for guns. But I use REM oil, and I usually use it just for the blades. So I'll get like a microfiber cloth, I'll do like a couple dots of REM oil, and then I'll just like clean the blades, and then they look super shiny. It's like resistant to rusting or something, and that's why you use it on guns, especially like shotguns and stuff. The bodies and the frames will definitely rust. Mine did, and I didn't even have that one that long. But yeah, that's how I like keep it clean, I guess. For tightening, if you're on bushings, you end up getting usually like a weird little Allen key wrench looking thing. Most balisongs will take a T10 which is a Torx 10 or something. Yeah, it takes a T10, most of them. Some are different. But it's a safe bet to get like T10, T8, T6. I'm pretty sure is what I have. And all of mine I can adjust. But yeah, if it's on bushings, you can generally, if it's got a good tune, you can tighten down real hard on that. And it's a good adjustment, and it works just fine. If it's not, then you know your tune is off and your blade sticks as if it's like a washer or something. But yeah, you can carry around these. Like everyone's obviously like, duh, like are you like stupid? Like why are you like telling us about tightening? Well, I found out this other trick and I'll show you. So for a minute I had these keychains that are whatever I said, like T8, T10, T6, something like that. And I carry it around, but when I would try and tighten, it would mostly be all on like the keychain. And so I'd end up bending the keychain and shit would start falling off or whatever. So these are good. These are helpful. I keep these around just in case I need something extra. And I had carried around the normal like Allen keys, but my best tip, I f***ing love this. Okay, so Zippos are cool. I think everyone likes the sound of a Zippo, whatever. This is like, if you get anything out of this video, hopefully this is like one of the main ones that you get, is that you can buy an insert for a Zippo that is a bit holder or something like that. It's a Zippo bit insert or some shit. I've tightened mine using, what is it called? Teflon tape. So the stuff that seals up like pipes that are leaking and shit. Man, I wish I could show you, but it was way too loose in this. Okay, my hands are kind of oily, so I can't pull it up. But it comes with a set of 3 bits, like screwdriver, fucking flathead, something else. But I don't carry those. I went and got T10 bits, and it's all magnetic. And so there's 3 slots down here that you can sit it up into, and then there's this one up here. But yeah, I put Teflon tape around it because it would just slide around in this case, and I didn't like that. So I tightened it up to where I can actually use it like a normal Zippo. Yeah, this is my favorite tool, and this is how I tighten my Balisongs. So yeah, hopefully this tip is super helpful as it was for me. But you can customize it, and you know I f***ing love customization, so fuck yeah, why wouldn't I, you know? I would say last but not least, I carry strapped to my bag a pouch, and I usually clip the other bits here, those keychain ones. And in this little pouch, I have like 2 of the little bags that you can put your Balisongs in so they're not getting scratched. I have a case of, it's like a business card holder, but I actually just have Band-Aids in there. I usually keep a microfiber cloth, my Zippo tightener, whatever. I keep oil, like a little bottle of lube. But yeah, whatever you need in here, I would definitely recommend that. I know a lot of people do like side satchels or whatever, but I'm not one of those people. I like a backpack. I like to carry my shit like whatever. So yeah, it's just my little Band-Aids, maintenance, and all that just with me. So yeah, that's another tip for you. So I want to say that if you start and you don't get a trick right away, you just have to be patient. This is something that you kind of do either passively or very focused. A lot of times I do it passively just because it's almost muscle memory and I just really enjoy the feel and I feel like I can focus on other stuff while I'm doing this. But if you're actively trying to learn, like, I don't know, a scissor or something like that, then, you know, that's when you put a lot of like super duper intense focus on it to learn those new tricks. But they are difficult. Nothing really is that easy at first. Just like tattoos. People say, oh yeah, tattoos don't hurt, whatever. No, dude. Every single tattoo I have gotten has hurt. It's just been a different level of pain. So same with this. It's like every trick, yeah, you can learn some really quick. Some take a while, but you have to have some patience. So yeah, patience is like a huge thing in this. Don't give up just because you can't, you know, chaplain like this first day that you're learning. Like, no, it's going to take some time and then you'll get it. So just be patient, be consistent. And, you know, a lot of people that I tried getting involved in this, they wanted like a live blade. And I was like, dude, like totally get a live blade, but also get like a secondary that's a trainer. Because I can promise you're going to play with the trainer a lot more and get more practice in because you're not going to be worried about like dropping or cutting yourself or whatever. Another tip too that I would say, out of all of your collection, you definitely need something that is a beater. So something that you can take out and about and you can play with over asphalt, in the rain, in the sand, just wherever. And whatever happens to it happens. And you can always clean it, get the gunk out, and then go back to using it. So I personally really enjoy this one. Like, for the price that it is, I am not affiliated with any company whatsoever. The only thing I've ever done was I entered the LDY Balisong competition 2024. And I thought I did really good. I did super high quality edits, which is what I thought they were looking for. But they were just judging on, I guess, combos or something. And so I feel like my video didn't get the appreciation it should have. And I didn't even place. But hey, I entered a competition on a sport that I really enjoy within like a year of just picking one up. So, you know, mad props to me. And yeah, if I can do that, then you can do it too. And, you know, half of it was because I was passively flipping or not being scared to take it out in a public. So you definitely want something that is, like family friendly? I don't know how to put that. But yeah, something that's just not going to scare people off. One of mine, this one is from Squid Industries. It's the swordfish, all black, no sharp edges, whatever. It's a trainer. This is probably one of my most expensive ones. And I probably use this one the least. It's great. I do like it, but it's just, like you can see right now, it's hard to see in video. I spend so much on it that I don't really want to take it out and have it as a beater over concrete. But yeah, it's just like I ended up leaning towards other stuff that was cheaper, less menacing, you know, like obviously, like this is badass. Like, don't get me wrong, that's why I got it. Like, it is so cool. But using something that was like, hey, it's a bottle opener. Like, hey, it's white. Like, I can actually see it contrast in videos. And, you know, I do like the noise it makes or whatever. So, yeah, definitely keep a lot of these things in mind. Generally, if you're looking into, okay, I'm going to list a few. if you're looking into Squid Industries, Nabalis, LDY, I'm trying to think if there's any more that I can think off the top of my head. Those are the ones I've personally interacted with. They're great. I'm not sure what overseas stuff is currently because I'm pretty sure Nabalis is a Chinese company. So I'm not sure with tariffs and all of that. I don't know pricings. I don't know shipping. I don't know what's what. So until, I mean, like, you can do your own research, but yeah, Squid Industries, Nabalis, Amazon. What were the other ones that I said? LDY. Now for other ones, there's what is this? Arm Shark, which is Chinese, so I don't know with shipping and tariffs and stuff. But I do highly recommend, if you can get an Arm Shark, it is well worth it. Super duper high quality. It's a clone, but I don't know. In my experience, I think finding out what you like and sticking with it is better than just, I don't know, paying full on price and and quitting. So yeah, Balisongs.com is where I had gotten a few clones and my first live blade, which was the Falcon 1. That's where I recommended most people go, and where most people that I got involved in the hobby to get their first ones from. So Balisongs, and they've got lots of clones and stuff. I just don't know how shipping and tariffs are. You can do your own research. If you want to shop only in the US, if that's where you live, then go for it. If you're in a different country, then none of this fucking matters. And you can just look at everything, all the above, and find what suits you. What colors, whatever. If you want live blade, if you want a false edge, if you want a trainer. So I guess I should mention that a false edge is something like the Canyon from Nabalis. It does not have an edge. I tipped mine second day that I got it, so the tip is completely gone. But the Canyon did grow on me, so I would recommend it. I'm not sure if it's the best with pricing. I hear the cheese is good, things like that. The Volp is very nice. At least the new Volp, the Volp with the Teflon. I really enjoy all of the ones that I have. I can't say anything negative about them. Even the clones, even the sharp as fuck first one that I like annihilated half of my shit on. But if all you have is Legos or popsicle sticks, or you have a Max Ace Phantom 2, which is not at all what I would have expected myself getting a Balisong from, but I do love this one. It is one of my favorites. It is very, very sharp. Yeah, just kind of customize it yourself. Know what you want. Find what you want. If you like stainless steel, if you like aluminum, if you like color, no color, if you like making videos, you want more contrast, like, you know, you need to take that into consideration, because I didn't at first. And, you know, of course, me being me, I love everything black. And so doing that simple thing you would have never seen, because I had only black equipment. New iPhones, here's a video tip. New iPhones have action mode. I'm pretty sure 14 and up. I could be wrong. But yeah, if you go to action mode and you turn that on, you can get really good quality looking videos of your flipping. I genuinely think that recording yourself, like holding your phone and doing a one-time zoom, so like the normal camera view, is a great place to start on getting consistent, because when I first started, I would do an ultra wide view and you would see like everything, and my hands would be like all over the place, and it was very inconsistent and hard to watch and whatever, I started filming in 1x, and it's like a strike box in baseball. Like you've got the strike box here, and you want the strikes to be here. And so if you're holding your phone and you're trying to keep all of your tricks in that strike box, you're gonna get so much better. So honestly, I think that one of the biggest tips that you can do is actually record yourself like this from like almost a point of view video. It's gonna help you keep your tricks right in front of you in that strike box. And yeah, you're not gonna be moving around all kinds. And yeah, it's just gonna look a lot cleaner. So other than that, if you don't have a higher up iPhone, which is actually what I have, I have an iPhone 13 Pro. So I had to download an app called, I think it's like Film. I don't know. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then I'll edit it over the video. But that's what I'm filming on right now, and you can control the shutter speed, you can control the quality, the brightness, the ISO, like a DSLR camera. And I'm used to that because I used to do like video and photos, photography and stuff on a DSLR. But that's how you can get videos to look very sharp, very cool for slow-mo. And that's what I film all my stuff in currently. If I had an iPhone that's newer, then I would use the action mode, which is, I believe, what most people do. And for video settings, I would say highest quality you can, 4K or whatever. Highest frame rate you can, 60 is what I'm on. And lots of light, lots of light to light everything up, and a lower or a higher shutter speed, and then your videos will look like mine. I would say just keep it with you, be consistent, don't give up, be constantly like flipping, twirling, spinning, especially if you're like ADHD, then it will be satisfying. It'll be something you do when you're not even noticing it. You're playing video games and you're like, oh, I'm dead. And I gotta wait till I respawn or whatever. And then you're just sitting there like doing weird shit like this, just over and over. And you know, that's how you get better. So don't give up. And I wanna say that there is a community on Reddit, and I'm involved in that. I think that people should be more supportive of newbies, beginners. When I tried entering and trying to show off, like, oh, I learned this or that, like, people didn't give a shit. Like, they were only there for, like, hype or something, for, like, nice shit, you know? And they didn't like clones, they don't like whatever. So you have to steer clear of that. But for me personally, I'm just like, dude, if you're in the hobby, like, you know, when I used to skate, I'm like, I don't give a what if you have a Walmart board. Like if some homie is over there trying to learn a kickflip and I know how to kickflip, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna teach him how to do a kickflip. Like, hey, this is what helped me, dude. And so yeah, I wish that the community was a little bit more that way. That's how I try to handle it. So if I see like somebody who's new and they post something, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Like, don't give up. Also, here's like a little tip that might help something else. And like you're doing a good job, dude. Like, you know, I'm being that person that I wish was there for me. For the most part, I am the only person in my family who has ever interacted with these. So this is all self-taught and just for fun. Nobody has taught me. And yeah, the Reddit community is all right. I have met some people on Instagram, just a few. I have a handful, and they're all very nice. But I do have more people who actually want to learn. And so that's why I'm making all of this, so people can learn. I might have mentioned it before, but I have a series of videos that will be after this that will teach an individual trick. And at the end, all the tricks will make a combo. That was very hard for me to do in the beginning, was do tricks in and out of each other. That's what she said. But yeah, wow, why did I completely just... yeah, I had a hard time just learning like how to transition from trick to trick, keep it nice and smooth and fluid. So yeah, that's why I'm teaching a series of tricks that makes a combo. So I'm just kind of picking apart a combo that I chose and going from there. So if you want to see those, look for them. And besides that, I think that's mostly what you need to know. That's 101 of Balisongs, butterfly knives, and the tricks. If you want to join the Balisong Reddit, I'm pretty sure it's just Balisong. There's other YouTubers and stuff that are really great. I don't think I'm subscribed to any of them. Which is kind of unfortunate. But like I said, I've only been doing this for like a year and a half, close to 2 years now. And so I don't know. I'm not really in the community. Like, most people haven't been nice. I'm not saying everyone, but most people have either disliked or downvoted or whatever some videos that I've put on the Reddit. And I think that's unfortunate. I think everyone should be able to feel like we're all in the same, like, ballpark. You know, we're all in the same thing. Like I said, if I see somebody that's skating, I'm not going to go over there and be like, how dare you have a Walmart board? Like, what's wrong with you? No, I'm going to be like, dude, I see you trying the kickflip. Like, here's a tip. Like, this is where I put my foot. So, yeah, I wish that the community was a little better. And I think that, you know, if there's something that I want, then I kind of have to make it happen. So I'm here to kind of be that. So I think we should all help each other out, encourage each other, keep each other going, give each other tips and tricks and advice. Obviously, I'm not a professional. There's definitely stuff that I can learn better. But hey, I'm just having fun. This is a great hobby, and I think a lot more people would enjoy it if they knew how to get started or how to even learn the first basic open and stuff. So yeah, instead of me just sending an individual message to my friend in New York and sending him, hey, this is how you do a basic open, I'm actually just going to send him, hey, this is my link to my playlist that teaches you everything you need to know and a combo and, you know, whatever. So, yeah, that's how I'm, like, contributing. I think it'd be awesome if I could get around to the part where, you know, companies actually reach out to me and are like, hey, like, would you like to test this out? Would you like to give a review? Would you, whatever? Like, I'm super down. But until then, I'm just having fun with my shit, and I'm trying to bring some new people in and welcome you guys in. Like, let's start a cult. I have no idea. With all that being said, hope everything helped, and I will hopefully see you guys in my future videos.